David Solvani, and this is Take Two Radio presents Have You Heard? The latest in soap news from all four soaps, Bold and the Beautiful, Young and the Restless, General Hospital, and Days of Our Lives, and I might have said a couple things twice. And joining me today, usually, we have Belynda Gates-Turner, who has joined us.
There.
Welcome, Belynda.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I am doing great, and I am ready to talk soap news. There's a bunch of stuff happening, and none of the soaps are slowing down for summer. I feel like they're keeping for the most part, they're keeping the sweeps going. So there's lots to talk about.
There's lots to talk about, and hopefully joining us will be Michael Thomas from Soap Opera News. I guess we should get started with him. So, what do you have for me?
There's
what do you want to start with?
The one thing that I wrote about today that I think everyone's excited about is the official date of Kirsten Storm's return as Maxie Jones on General Hospital. She and Ryan Pavey did a Facebook Live, and they said it was going to be the week of July 24th, but now the date is specific. It's July 25th, and that's really exciting. I know people have, been worried, and it's a pretty long break, but I think it's going to be great. She looks so good. She looks great.
She looks good. So, was it a medical leave?
Mental health leave is what she herself has acknowledged. She had lost a lot of weight. She looked so thin. She looked gaunt. It was scaring people. Like, people were worried. You could see every day on Twitter and on Facebook groups, people were just honestly worried about her, and her hair was giving her problems, and they couldn't cover it up anymore. She said it was severe depression, and she, was on social media silence for a couple of months. She came back. She's gained weight. Her hair looks good. Her skin looks good. So I take her at her word. I mean, depression is terrible. That can take a toll on your entire body. So that's the story.
Oh, so that sounds nice.
She looks good. Yeah.
She looks good. So we got the thing. So she's got some exciting stuff coming up when she returns.
She does. She's got to, it was funny because this has been kind of, after I published the article today, there's a lot of people talking about what's going to happen with Nathan and Amy when she comes back, because there's that sub-story of Maxie bullied Amy in high school, and Nathan doesn't quite want to believe it. And really, Risa Dorgan stepped up, and they gave her a nice little story, and she did great. Some people... This story, I think, has allowed Risa to really grow on people, because she was brought in for the Nurses Ball 2016, I think. She has a phenomenal voice, and then they brought her in to sing, and then they just stuck her at the desk every now and then. She had no story, and they probably wouldn't have given her one. And then Kirsten Storm's up and left, and I think they were like, who can we use? And they went to her, and I think she's done a really nice job. The flaws with the story are the writing, not the acting. She's a great little actress. So I do think that there'll be some Maxie and Amy overlap with Nathan, and this Man Landers thing, well, it'll take a back seat, and then it's going to be front and center for, Nathan and Maxie's romance, which the fans should love. I'm excited about. So that's good.
And do you think she's gonna take in this Dear Man Landers when she finds out?
I think she's going to be cool with it. Nathan said it's keeping him busy. I mean, the cover story for her leave was her just taking off to Portland as a newlywed and ditching him, and really short of impregnating half of Port Charles. Anything he did as a hobby while she was gone, I think, is fair game. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to probably wind down pretty quickly. Kirsten is, kind of the story today, but, we all know the big overarching news is Steve Burton's return and
yes,
what's going on with Billy Miller vis-a-vis that return. So there is a source that I rely on who she either has to work at General Hospital or has a BFF backstage because she consistently tweets stuff. She doesn't ever tag the show or anything. She kind of stays pretty modest about it. But her track record is remarkable, and she says that Billy Miller is in contract negotiations right now. That he's not necessarily looking to leave the show, and that if he did want to leave the show, he wouldn't be in contract negotiations. There'd be no negotiation. He would say, "See ya," and he'd go. He's got primetime stuff happening. He's got an arc on Ray Donovan this season, and he looks great. And it's a pretty significant guest spot. He's got a recurring spot on Suits, and he's a great actor, and everybody knows that he wants prime time. And, he made that clear when he came over to General Hospital that they would give him the time to go audition and, do these little things. So the fact that he's in contract negotiations is positive. Whether it'll result in a renewal, that's a question. And then there's Steve Burton, who's coming back. And it's strange.
It is strange. And we don't know. It's under wraps. Is it under wraps about what the storyline is?
It is under wraps. Jamie Giddens at Daytime Confidential has dropped a bunch of hints saying that they're doing a twin thing. There is a little bit of GH history that sets a precedent for that. A few years ago, Heather Weber tried to pass off Franco, as a twin, and Heather is Susan's cousin. Susan is Jason's mother. I went back and I looked for the footage to see the day that Jason was born. I went back to this old grainy footage on YouTube, and back then it's not like they showed bloody babies popping out and all that. It was more like a sheet and a doctor, and they could pass off. There was two of them, and Heather said that one was sold, and so maybe her lie was only the part where it was Franco. Maybe, there is a twin and blah, 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 and it turns out to be Jake. And then Helena somehow went and found him. These writers will rewrite history. They will. We've seen it. So
you think... well, if
I
it
think
was...
there's a good chance a twin twist is coming. What?
How do you feel about that yourself?
Oh, a twin twist? Evil twins is, or even good twins, but secret twins, is such an overdone soap trope.
It is.
It's been, beaten to death. The one thing that is interesting about it is that Sam has a biological child by each of these men, and therefore a deep tie to each of these men, because some people have joked, if the other Jason comes back, then Liz can have one and Sam can have one. And I think Liz, because Roger Howarth is renewed, he's back. He'll be on air next month. I think he's locked down pretty solid with Liz and Franco. So I do think that if Steve Burton comes back as Jason, if that it'll be, a love triangle of Sam and two Jasons, which is kind of interesting, especially since she's losing her marbles right now. So many theories are floating. Some people are maintaining that Steve Burton is only back in the short term and will live in her mind as a hallucination. But very recent spoilers say I'm sorry?
That was my first guess.
Yeah, that was my first guess, too. It's like, okay, he's going to come back for an arc. and do a little thing in her head, sure. And then there's been so many things that even he said he's sticking around. He signed a long-term deal so that he's not going to take up residence in Sam's head for a year or two. That's crazy. He's going to be someone. But on the flip, people have come back to General Hospital and done other roles. Sarah, was it Sarah that came back as and did Claudia Zaccara?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and she was great. So they brought someone back that was recognizable and, had been this pivotal big character, and then they brought her back as another great character. They could totally do that with Steve Burton. They could make him someone else. But they're obviously, to me, pandering for ratings by bringing him back. And if they didn't bring him back as Jason, I think there'd be a huge backlash. So it's tough. Somebody today on Facebook. Oh, Michael's here. Hi, Michael.
Michael is on.
Yay.
Michael, can you hear us?
Hi, Michael.
Michael?
Anything?
Michael?
Oh, wait, I hear
Can you hear us?
Are you hearing me now?
Hi, Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Linda's here.
Okay.
How are
We
you?
were just talking about, are you doing well, Michael?
Michael? Hold on. Michael, can you hear us?
All I'm hearing
Michael,
is
come in.
static. Are you showing that he's connected?
He is connected. He's live with us right now.
Wow. I can't hear him. No.
I don't know if he can hear us. Michael? There, okay. There you are. What's your take on Steve Burton?
Well, it's good that it's back, but we don't know that we just have to wait and see exactly what will.
You all right?
I couldn't hear what Michael said. I'm sorry.
No. Okay, let's see. Michael? Michael? Oh, he dropped.
Oh, no. Well, maybe he'll call back.
Okay.
All right, so we're back to Steve.
Okay, go ahead.
What I was saying was, I think that the bad thing is, if they don't bring him back as Jason, then I think they're going to have backlash, and I think it could actually hurt ratings. And if they do bring him back, then it's, you know, it's a kind of there's a lot of people that really love Billy Miller, you know.
I know it.
I'm very interested to see what they're going to do. And I hope it doesn't come back to bite them.
Okay, so I'm back.
Oh, he's back. Michael is back.
I think it
now
was
we
the
can.
browser that I was using. I'm very sorry about that.
Okay. We're talking about Billy Miller versus Steve Burton.
Okay. And I was saying that it's a good thing that he's back, and I think it's all because they want to get an increase in viewers and so on. But I'm not sure it's going to actually pay off, but let's see what happens.
I agree. I think somebody had said that they're really putting all their eggs into one basket by gambling on him, and it seems like other people are being cut, maybe for the budget, maybe for a bigger plot. Who knows, you know, why they're leaving. But, you know, they lost Rebecca Budig, and she's great. So,
right.
And I think, I mean, to me it looks like that Kathleen Gotti is leaving.
I think so.
Nothing has been confirmed, but I wrote an article about it, and she clicked a like on it, and she has been, you know, liking and retweeting things about save her and keep her, which I don't think she would do.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's usually the case when they know for a fact that, hey, I've been cut from the show or something like that.
Right, but she can't say anything, but she can like and retweet things. So
right.
And that new promo, yeah.
Well, basically because of the contract that they signed, they can't really give out details, but I mean, it doesn't really stop them from liking and retweeting.
Exactly, but I think that, you know, the nail in the coffin was the new promo that came out. Was it Monday, Tuesday, showing that she's going to target Hayden and the baby, and it's you know, I didn't like that promo at all.
I didn't like that. That was scary.
I hope not.
And for me, that was, you know, I have criticism with the writers, and that was them twisting a character who's already pretty twisted. You know, Dr. Obrecht she can be bad. I mean, she shot, you know, Victor. She does bad things. She accidentally poisoned Duke, but I don't think she would ever go after a pregnant woman or a baby. I don't
think so.
I don't think so.
So that's not, she loves kids. Even when she dresses up in her weird Krampus costume, she likes kids. She would kidnap a kid and run off and play Mummy and Liebchen, but she wouldn't hurt a kid.
Right. No.
So I think they're going to upset people with that plot if it goes the way that promo looks like.
And I really hope it doesn't.
I definitely hope it's yeah, I think so. I hope that they were just kind of editing and making it look worse than it is.
Right. Because we know a lot of persons that are Hayden fans, and one, she's leaving the show, they're already upset about that. Then to have a story later. Right.
Do you know what was funny? Was it early this week, end of last week, that Donnell Turner came out and said that he wasn't leaving?
He was.
I love him.
A lot of people, I think.
Yeah, but there's, you know, talk about so many people leaving, and I love that he raised his hand and was like, not me. Curtis is staying.
He's not going anywhere.
I love him. Yeah, no, I love him so much. He and Jason are the best bromance So if Steve Burton does come back as other Jason, Sonny can have Steve Burton, and then Curtis gets Billy Miller. That's the way I see it.
Right.
That would work. I think that could make a lot of people happy.
Mhm.
They have the best bromance. I love them.
Yes. But do you know it's a sad state of affairs when some have to be sacrificed just to bring on a new person.
For a return.
I know. You know, I mean that I know that's not just the business. I mean, you get that everywhere. But
that's true, but one thing I didn't like in that vein that I've been seeing on Twitter is people coming at Steve Burton and hitting him on Twitter, basically implying that it's his fault that Frank Valentini is cutting people. It's not.
Right.
You know, they made him an offer. He said okay, and he didn't know what they were going to do to get that money, you know.
Right.
So, I mean, they could have cut the nurse's ball. They could have, I don't know, gone to generic Cheetos on the craft table, but he didn't know. And I don't think he would have ever, he wouldn't have taken anyone's job. He wouldn't have.
Right, indeed.
So I hope that people lay off of him. And other people were hitting back saying, no, that's not under his control. He didn't know. Leave him alone.
Oh.
And if you're getting a job that it's going to pay you so much money, why refuse it?
Right. Well, I did hear that his paycheck was big.
Exactly, because it was big before he left, and now he's back. I'm sure they're going to pay him much more.
I didn't hear a specific number, but I heard it was 7 digits, which is, that's big for daytime. So.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And remember when he was on General Hospital before, he left to go to Y&R for more money. Why would he return for less?
Oh, yeah, he wouldn't, especially since he's moved his family to Nashville. He's got all his businesses. They had to back up the money truck to get him to come back. And
exactly.
It all seems very strange to me, I like Steve Burton, but I don't like what's going on, and I don't trust the writers because Gene is still there through the end of this month, and she tweeted that they are already working on scripts for September. So her terrible writing is going to be through fall.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this, his return is under her writing regime, and I don't trust her. I don't trust her. So I'm hoping for the best.
Maybe
and
we can trust
for
Frank.
The worst. Yeah, and I want to know who the new writer is. They're supposed to be bringing in someone new that they said is not an old soap hack. Yeah. They said Shelley's not going anywhere, but we'll see. I think she can stay at General Hospital if she wants to. But Frank, I know it was Nathan, said that they were bringing in some new blood, and he basically said it wasn't going to be one of the people that has done the circuit, the soap circuit.
Right.
So I think new would be good. I'm sorry?
Hogan Sheffer, maybe. He did As the World Turns and Young and the Restless for a while.
Well, that would, frankly, I would take back Ron Carlivati, but he's busy over at Days.
Yeah. He is busy.
He is very busy. So, we'll see. I've got fingers crossed that they blow up the show with this Burton thing.
I was wondering if JFP was there.
Ooh.
I wondered that too because Steve usually goes.
Yeah, that was my next question. Yeah. I certainly hope not.
I don't think. Oh, you hope so?
I hope not.
You hope so?
I hope not.
Oh, we got divided opinion.
I don't think. I don't think ABC is going to do anything with Frank Valentini, and she's not a writer. I mean, she's an EP. So
EP like Frank.
I don't think there's any room for her at GH, but you never know.
You never know.
I did hear that Frank is good with the books.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. He brings it in on budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not going to let that go.
Right.
They need someone.
Well, go ahead.
I don't know.
It could be.
I was going to say if we want to go with something that's GH adjacent but jump over to Bold, I am so excited about Ian Buchanan coming back to Bold and the Beautiful.
Go ahead. That was a surprise.
I love him. What'd you say?
I said for sure.
Yeah, so he's supposed to, he's coming back as Dr. Warwick, and Eric's supposed to call him in to diagnose Sheila when I don't know why there's a diagnosis necessary. We all know she's bat crap crazy still.
Right.
But I love him. So if he's back, I'm there. I'm watching. It's good.
You can't get enough of him because he's always on spot, no matter what role.
He is. He's phenomenal.
No matter what
role. I love him in everything. Yep.
And he's been on practically every show.
He has. He has done the rounds.
Except for Young and the Restless.
Right.
Because I don't remember him now, unless he crossed over.
I don't remember him there either.
I don't remember him there. Maybe if Sheila eventually goes to Genoa City, he'll go along as her personal psychotherapist to keep her in line. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. So is he back taping?
Yes.
Yes.
Has he started taping already?
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, he.
What can we expect?
Michael, I don't know if you know. Do you know how long he's staying around?
I didn't hear a length of stay, but I heard he was only back to be her psychiatrist. So I told this for a long time.
Yeah, because there's a lot of good backstory there. Because he was her shrink and also married to her, and then she was also married to. Right, and they have a daughter, and that's the other thing everybody's asking, is Mary's her name, right? Is Mary going to be back as part of
Mary?
This? Yeah, so people have been saying
Erica.
She hasn't been seen around. I thought her name was Mary.
There was an Erica, too, but I can't tell. Now, my mind is blown because there were two different girls. I remember Mary with James, and then there was Erica. I don't know if she renamed him. She renamed her that because she was still in love with Eric when she... I have to check my...
Such a messy history, but
it's messy.
Yeah. This
Erica
Sheila
was
thing
after Brick.
Oh yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
The Sheila thing is. You're what?
I am confused, Rick.
Well, for right now, all we know is Ian is back as James, and John McCook shared some tweets saying that how happy he was to have Ian back and to have Kimberlyn back, and that it was very nice.
Yeah.
And clearly Sheila needs therapy, so this is good.
Yeah, clearly. I mean,
she should have reformed.
No. And it would be nice to know where she's been.
Right.
She said
she
she's
said
done
she
her
was
time.
in jail and did her time, right. But she should have been dead with another. Well, maybe when she has a session with James, he'll find out for us, and then we'll find out. And over on you mentioned Y&R in passing, but it looks like Greg and Elizabeth are wrapping up.
They are wrapping up. I know they're set to both go off in August.
Yeah. So, and I mean, based on the arc of the story, I mean, I think early August, unless, Michael, you've heard something different.
I haven't as yet. I've just been hearing that it could be next week, so we wait and see.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I think the only reason that they've even lasted this long is because they're barely touching on them. Like they left them at the crazy psychiatrist's house and then came back 2-3 weeks later.
Yeah. Because
that guy's alive. He's going to cause a problem, obviously. So
yeah.
We haven't seen the last of Dr. Harris, but yeah, if they make it to the end to August, I'll be surprised. They'll be right at the cusp. So. And
I've actually contacted them, but they told me that they're not able to comment on that just yet.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I bet. I mean, they've both been done and off the set for a while, and they're doing other stuff. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
is.
It is. That flashback scene the other day of baby-faced Greg and baby-faced Michael from long ago. Oh, that was so sweet.
All that was so. That was a tearjerker with those two in that scene.
It was. And they both look so young. Greg didn't have a line on his face, and now he's got all that gray.
I know it. That was Greg's what? Now he's completed about 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. And he's come a long way.
On and off since Billy Miller was on.
Yeah, she's been around a while. So it's kind of the end of an era losing them, I think.
Yeah, I hope they bring them back because for one thing, well, of course I don't know how they're going to go out.
They're not supposed to.
I don't know how they're going to go out. If they're going to face Victor off or.
Yeah.
But unbegotten, I mean, I feel bad because she's a wanted criminal.
Right.
And to leave her like that.
Unless Adam comes back. Yeah, unless Adam walks back into town alive, there's no salvaging her right now.
No, there isn't. I mean, but since we got over to Adam, and I just saw this tweet come up on Twitter, maybe 1-2 days ago, that Tyler Christopher is being considered for the role. And I don't know how true it is. I wonder if you heard anything about that.
Michael, I'll let you field that.
Someone said they heard that. I don't know. I can't remember who.
Michael, are you there?
Michael?
Did we lose him again? I've seen a little, all I've seen about that was just kind of random gossip. I haven't seen anything that felt like
it was pretty random.
Yeah, nothing with like fingers of truth. So sometimes that stuff gets started. Thing idea. I love Tyler Christopher. Mal Young said he's not bringing Adam back right now, but then there was those auditions, and
you don't know for what.
Daytime Confidential said that they had heard that it was Adam, not Dylan. The Dylan recast stuff came out of someone knit that out of thin air. So there was talk that it was for Adam. Right now, Y&R, I don't think necessarily needs Adam, especially since Chloe's leaving and they're not going to try to redeem her. And, but ratings have not been great. Mal Young was brought in to boost ratings, and ratings are down from last year. Pretty consistently, week over week. Some weeks it's down 500,000 viewers from last year. And that's not good news. So, bringing Adam back as a recast as Tyler Christopher would, it seems like it would have to boost ratings. I think all the shows right now are just trying to figure out how to save themselves. Yeah.
I mean, they're all in that.
That's why Bold brought back Kimberlin Brown, and the numbers are up.
The numbers are up for when they came in.
Yeah, the numbers have been up. I can pull them up, but that's obviously, that's quite transparently what GH is doing with Burton, and I feel like what scares me about what they did, just on the subject of ratings with Burton, is that they're doing like this Hail Mary pass with him, and they have invested so much money with him that I feel like if it fails, General Hospital might be gone, and that terrifies me.
I think that if they all go, that will terrify me.
Yeah, this is, that's the show I've been watching forever, and it's the one that my big sister got me watching, and it stresses me to think about it, So I'm pulling up the ratings right now. So
okay.
I just
those numbers.
And I know that
I have to watch.
I know. And it's like you see the 2.0 or the 1.8, and it's like, oh, that doesn't seem bad. But then you look at the week over week, and that's like one thing. But then you look at this year versus last year; those are the numbers that kind of tighten my sphincter. Young and the Restless, the most recent ratings. This was the last week of June. Compared to last year, Y&R was down 325,000 viewers. General Hospital was down 325. I'm sorry?
That's because Justin was still on.
Yeah, well, and GH was down by the same amount. Bold was down 216,000. Days was only down 37,000 from this time last year, but Days has fallen so far. It's like, I'm cheering. I'm so ready to see Ron Carlivati resurrect it from the dead like he loves to do to characters. But yeah, I'm just looking overall, and it's like, the women 18 to 49, they're all down. Bold was down the worst, and Y&R after it, and GH, actually it hasn't lost nearly as many as they have. But GH also right now in the 18 to 49 is on its 9th straight week of tying its all-time lows. It's just bad.
Boy.
So
we got to.
Yeah, no, it's like, and what's funny is, you know, I'll mention in some of my articles about, you know, they're doing this for the ratings, they're doing that for the ratings, and it's funny because not everybody looks at the ratings and, you know, reads them for any show. You know, you like your TV show, you don't necessarily go look at the ratings, but, you know, I look at the ratings, and some people will say, the show's great, what are you talking about? And I'm like, have you looked at the ratings? And they're like, well, no, and I'll send them a link, and then they're like, oh, holy crap, and I'm like, yeah. It's like, it's scary. So, and
Michael,
for that reason alone,
yet?
Oh, is he back? Michael?
Yeah, well, he's still on, but I don't know if he can
maybe his audio dropped or something.
Maybe his ears are off. So that just makes me nervous.
It does. It makes me nervous every week when these come out, and I read them anyway because I can't put my head in the sand because I do write about it, and yeah, it's scary. But to me, I mean, every blogger that writes about this stuff, every fan, everybody has an idea of what needs to happen. But at General Hospital, they need a writer change. At Days, they got a writer change, and I'm hoping that the right. I'm sorry, I don't have my phone muted. That's terrible. They need a writer change, and it's obvious to everyone. I think Bold's got good writing right now, and Days just got Ron Carlivati. At Young and the Restless, I don't know.
I have no complaints with the show. I mean, I like the stories at YNR that are going on. I mean, I try to tell
I do too.
my people. I mean, I think Sally's taking women and putting them up front. Phyllis has gotten revitalized. She put Sharon in a better spotlight than she's been for the past years. And
decades,
out of purgatory. My God, she's like
definitely.
Lauren is back up there. Baldwin's are up there. Hillary is shining as a woman there. Nikki's MS.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's all...
Nikki's MS stuff is good. And she's doing it without Victor. It's definitely girl power over there. I have to give them that. Yeah.
Sally's doing what... Well, let's put it this way. Sally is doing what she promised, but I know that there's people that believe that there's some things that maybe aren't in Sally's interest, and the thing is that for some reason she didn't want. I remember her in her interview saying that she wanted to get away from Billy and Phyllis as far as she could, and here they are.
She said she wasn't doing it. And there they are, front and center. And, if she didn't want it, that means...
Yeah,
you think
you take that one.
Oh, well, if Sally doesn't want it and it's happening, that means it's Mal, I mean, obviously, because as the EP, he does have a big say, and she didn't want it, but it's there. So to me, that's Mal Young,
Because he's a big fan.
Yeah, he is. And, I was expecting a different sort of sensibility from him than from American EPs. You know, when I first heard his name, I went and I looked, and it was like, oh, he was with Doctor Who. I love Doctor Who. And, you know, British TV is so different. British soaps are very different. And I don't know. I don't feel like I'm getting as much different from him, you know. But I do think Sally's doing a good job. I think some of those relationships
I have no problem.
are about to blow up.
I have no problem with it. I just don't understand what people. If there are more people that want Billy and Phyllis, maybe there are a lot more than we think that have been fanning those flames.
Yeah, it
and they're trying to capitalize on
couple.
Gina's popularity.
Yeah. I mean, I like Billy and Phyllis, and one of the things, you know, one of the problems with every soap is when they go back and they rehash the same couple over and over.
Yeah.
And that's Billy and Vicky. And it's, you know, they've been there, done that, been there, done that, been there, done that. You know, got the T-shirt, the whole thing. So, and he and Gina have great chemistry. They do.
They do. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, for me, I mean,
what they're capitalizing on.
Jason's a good actor, but when he first came over, you know, and he was getting his feet under him as Billy, it wasn't golden from the get-go. It wasn't. It was a little shaky, but I felt like at the point where they connected him with Phyllis, he really came into his own. He really came into the role, and he really made it his own. That's my 2 cents, you know.
I think they're doing a good job. I think what I think is that she's focusing more on story for the most part than they are on coupling.
Yeah. There's good stuff
you know?
happening. I mean, this thing with Dina and Graham, I'm intrigued. I don't know what's happening, and I want to see what's happening, because usually a lot of times you can guess what's, you know, they're doing this. I don't know what's going on there, and I'm interested, and that's a great thing. That's a great feeling.
Yeah. I always want to watch.
And Max Shippey is, me too. And Max Shippey was a great casting get. He is just the cutest little silver fox, and, you know, I know he's probably being naughty, but I like him. I love that they brought back Gloria and are using her so well.
Yeah.
So
they are.
They really are. She's, you know, she's a hot to trot, you know, grandma, and I love her. So.
Do we have anything new coming from YNR?
You know, the Greg and Elizabeth stuff was the stuff that I had highlighted, because that's
right.
You know, the biggest. You know, some of the new hires I don't think are taking. Tessa, I don't care about her. I think she's fine as an actor, but they haven't done anything to make me care about her.
Yeah.
I just went and
anyway.
double-checked. There's like no comings and goings happening right now from Young and the Restless. You know, there's just not any big news that's leaking out right now. I think they're making do with who they have, and, you know, they have to finish the Dina and Graham thing. That startup that Abby has, that new guy, Zach, you know, he's got something going on with Tessa, and they've got to see that through. And hopefully when you wrap up both of those, then, you know, maybe we'll have some more new blood. This week I'm just cheering for Jack and Nikki. I want them to happen again. And which is funny because, you know, they've been done and done and overdone. But I'm feeling them right now. Yeah, they have been. But I just tweeted this, and I said, you know, they've been done to death, and yet because of what's happening right now in his life and in her life and with her MS, I'm kind of cheerleading for them, and that is a weird feeling because, you know, they have been done to death for decades.
Yeah. Over and over.
So I think that, yeah, but I think that comes down to, you know, some good writing, because I shouldn't give a damn about them right now, and I kind of do, so that's a good thing.
Michael, do you have anything to offer? I guess.
Anything else? Can he hear us?
What do you got? What do you got for me? You got something new coming up?
Are you talking to Michael or me? Because I still can't hear Michael. Oh, new stuff. Let's see. Well, I over on General Hospital, I came across some stuff that I wrote about this week. The Sam thing has everybody theorizing and back and forth, and the latest is that it's meningitis, not a tumor, and I actually believe this. It's solid. It is from a solid source. I think Kelly, whatever it is, Kelly Monaco's doing a great job. I think she's going to have some stuff for her Emmy reel.
Yeah.
But it's kind of weird her being in the midst of this medical drama and then them bringing back another Jason. I don't know. But meningitis fits the timing, the symptoms, everything. It's not a tumor, so it's not, bumping right up against the Franco stuff. But I think it's still going to give her some insight on him, and, maybe we'll ease that. She is supposed to be shooting Sonny soon. So that's exciting.
Real Sonny or fake Sonny?
Yeah, that's the thing. She fake stabbed real Sonny, so I don't know if she's going to real shoot fake Sonny, because she's got the real gun as of today. And, yeah, Nathan Varney said that she is going to shoot someone. That was straight from the horse's mouth. He says she's going to shoot someone, but with all this hallucination, maybe she's going to shoot the fireplace, and think that. I love today. Oh, that was okay. We skipped totally over the other big thing on General Hospital. I just frizzed out on it. William DeVry, Will DeVry. He's by all accounts, he's gone. That's huge.
I'm sad.
I am so sad. I have loved him from the moment he came back into town. There's Julexis. He has Sam came to him today, and I just love seeing his scruffy little face. And he and Mara West are brilliant together. Yeah. And then I heard some rumblings because Julian is in so many plots right now. I heard some rumblings of recast, and I hate that idea.
Oh.
And, it might be one of the, it may not happen. It might be a short-term recast while they just, tie up loose ends.
Phase them out completely?
But, yeah, I don't know. But I did hear some rumblings of recast, and I think it's a terrible idea. Of course, I think it's a terrible idea not to keep Will, so.
No, I want Will on. He's been a favorite of mine. But we do have. We do have something a little bit to celebrate. Is it Friday, the tribute to Lee?
Yes, Peter Hansen's tribute is Friday.
And Michael, if
Yep.
you're listening about this, you called this one. Serena's coming home.
Yep. Chloe Schrader. Schroeder, how do you pronounce it?
Yep. Schroeder, I would.
Chloe's back. Schroeder. That's what it looks like to me. Friday. Lucy is supposed to, I guess she finds out about Lee, and she comes to tell Scotty tomorrow, is what it's looking like on the promos. And then they've got the tribute to him, which has been a long time coming. But I'm glad they're doing it. I do wonder, and I don't know, Michael, if you're on, if you can hear, if you had any inside dirt on how long Carly Schroeder is staying as Serena.
Michael has.
My understanding.
Michael dropped. He dropped again. Yeah.
No. My understanding was that she was.
I hope she's staying.
Yeah, my understanding was that she's staying not long, but a little bit. And the rumor mill and the websites that like to just knit wildness have her, involved with this person and this person and this person and that person. And so it would be a shame to bring her back just for one episode when, she needs to spend time with Kevin and she needs to spend time with Lucy and she needs to spend time with Scotty. And but it's not beyond GH to have just brought her back for the funeral.
See, I hope they at least keep her recurring.
That would be great. That would be great.
And then when the time comes, they can talk contract.
Yeah. They have trimmed GH's cast significantly lately, so it seems like there might be a little bit of room. There's not a whole bunch of single guys available, but there's a couple,
We have one in mind. The two of us have one in mind.
Griffin, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I am still secretly and privately and now publicly cheerleading for him to get with Ava. But yes, she is age appropriate, and she's not a former mobster and a killer and a crispy critter right now. So.
Mhm.
He's a nice guy. She's a nice girl.
Yeah, anything can happen, right?
Exactly, and that's somebody that I don't think Scotty would have a problem with. Lucy wouldn't have a problem with. If she sticks around, that makes sense. We have been promised a Griffin love story. So, they need to get him a woman and get him shirtless on a regular basis.
You heard that, ladies.
Yeah.
Oh.
GH is sadly lacking in romance right now. So Kirsten Storm's coming back will help that. There's just not, Kevin and Laura are sweet, but there's not a lot of hot stuff happening. There's just not. So...
maybe that's what's missing.
I think that's definitely what's missing. There is not a lot of romance at all on GH right now that I can see. Kevin and Laura are sweet, but with Roger Howarth gone right now, which he'll be back next month, because he and Liz were very spicy and very sweet and romantic,
right.
But, that was hot. And And who?
Hayden and Finn were on their way.
They were hot, and they've thrown cold water all over that with the pregnancy and her leaving, and they even admitted when she turned up pregnant it's been 2 months since they had sex, and the only people getting it on seems to be Sonny and Carly, and we've seen that a million times. So
yeah, more people have to
with Julian gone,
get busy.
Yeah, Julian and Alexis had some of the hottest love scenes I think GH has ever had. You know, and they're middle-aged, so that's great. I mean, they had some really hot stuff happening.
They were
and that's
smooth.
gone. Yeah,
That's
he
gone.
was always, you know, hair pulling and rough, and it was sexy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now, James Patrick Stewart is back this week. Thank goodness.
He is back.
Thank goodness. Yes, and you know, Nina will be back at Windermere in his big old bed, you know, in a week or two, no doubt. And they're definitely they're steamy. So I love them as a couple, and I'm so thrilled that they GH wised up and brought him back because he's brilliant. But yeah, there's not a lot of anything romantic or sexy much happening. There's not, and then there's the teenagers, and it's like, I don't care. Did you watch today's episode yet?
I have.
Okay.
I did
How many minutes of Hamlet was there? That was so painful to me. I'm like, this is not freshman lit seminar. I don't care. I understand
you don't care
Hamlet.
if Spencer wants to.
Yeah, well, Spencer did Shakespeare before. They had that whole thing. He was at Shakespeare camp, and it's like, whatever. He's a cute kid. I don't need that much Hamlet on my soap opera. And Gene and Shelley, I don't know if that's them trying to say, look, we have classical liberal arts education. It's like, great, good for you. I have a college degree, too. I don't feel the need to sit around and read Hamlet, and I don't want to watch it on my show. And it was like if he had done 2 lines and that was it, and they could have discussed it fine, but it went on and on and on, and then they brought in the uncle at the pivotal point, and it's like Shakespeare. They were literally doing Shakespeare in the Park today.
And Lauren Kevin dragged him away because he didn't want him near him.
Yeah, because Evil Valentine shows up with the ring, but they were literally doing Shakespeare in the Park today, and I was just so annoyed. Not with any of the actors, not at all. Nicholas Bessel is adorable. He's a great little actor. It was just just that they were wasting the time with that, and it was just, I want to see someone making out, or, cheating on someone, having a secret affair, just anything really that would, heat it up. So that's what's missing at GH, for sure.
At least for most.
Yeah. Less Hamlet, more shirtless Matt Cohen. That's the answer.
And girlfriend.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care if he gets with Ava, if he gets with Serena, if he steals, Liz away from Franco, if he decides Monica is his ball of wax, that's fine. Just something.
Something,
yeah.
Something. So,
yeah.
anything else that you got on your list?
Let me see. Let me go to my list and check it twice.
Yeah.
I am looking at my list. I mentioned Ron Carlovati's first air date is a week from today.
It is.
And I actually tweeted at him today, and I said, I am starting days in a week. When you start, when you come on the air, I'm starting. You
told Ron that?
I tweeted at him, and because he's been posting little snippets and things, and he did post. He's like, a week from today, it's my material, and I was like, in a week from today, I'm the Days Watcher. Yay, you converted one, at least. I'm sure many more. I have been trying to read recaps and looking at stuff to familiarize myself with the character canvas. Of course, they just killed off Deimos, so that's one less I have to understand. So I have been I've been dipping my toes into the Days pond in preparation because I am going to. And I know there's a complex cast over there and the whodunit going on, so I know this isn't something where I'm going to turn on the first episode and go, oh, I get this. But I'm committed. Ron did it. So there goes Dave's viewership up by 1. They did it.
Yeah.
I hope it'll be more
that's
than just
good.
me.
I think
So
people will come over.
I
They
think
want to put heart
I mean, he has got a
in
fan
humor
base.
and in some supernatural. I thought I read too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a wild
too.
writer. Yeah.
He knows how to do it.
He definitely. He does, and he's not afraid to do it. He will raise the dead, create a twin. He will do viruses and wipe out a whole town. I mean, he's a. Oh yeah. He tweeted. I was looking. It was 10 hours ago. He tweeted 1 week from today, and it was a scene at the Brady pub. So he has been doing a good job publicizing, his return, I think. And there's a lot of people that follow him and that really like him. So, and by comparison, General Hospital's promo today, they tagged that Hamlet did it all wrong, I won't, and they're pushing the Hamlet agenda. And I feel like the writers there don't understand people, soap fans, people, humans. I don't know.
I know. It's hard. It's going to be hard to see what would bring them around.
Yeah, I don't. They just. Yeah, it's interesting because Frank is. Frank's cheap. He makes a budget show. He does, and for him to go all out and write that big fat check to Steve, I know that probably had to hurt because he is.
It probably did.
He's almost an accountant. So, but if they don't do something about what's happening in the writing room, yeah, if they don't do something about what's happening in the writing room, it's wasted money.
Yeah. And we
so
don't want.
you can. No, I mean I want them to do a good job. So I'm just glancing through my other notes and seeing.
Yep.
There's
what
else
you
is
said you
on
have
the
a
radar.
Do you have a script on the radar? I believe you mentioned the script. I think I saw it a while.
That I'm working on.
No, the script that Ron revealed.
Oh, yeah. He did one, and it was at the Brady Pub. He put it out today, and it had, I'm looking up, Adrian tells Justin she's so happy Sonny and Paul are together. And he did a little scene with them, and with Lucas showing up and pulling Justin away and saying, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" And yeah, he's jumping right in. So
he's jumping right in. So what day you think that is?
That is July 19th. That is Wednesday, July 19th.
Oh, that's his first?
So that's his first.
One?
That is his first air date. Yeah, it's a week from today.
Talking about the trial.
No. He according to Ron, to his Twitter account, that's his first scene in a week. I mean, obviously the whole episode is his, but that's his first little snippet. So I am still waiting over on Bold for Wyatt and Katie. I predicted that weeks ago, and I was mocked for it roundly. And I think everybody can see that that's happening. It's happening.
It can happen.
It's I mean, you can see it there. It's happening, but it's actually pretty easy to figure out on Bold who's going to get in a romance with whom, because 2/3 of them are related, and so it narrows the odds so significantly to try to figure it out.
Many that you can compare with. They're all married, or
Lindsay,
with someone.
Or they're someone's cousin, and Lindsay Godfrey isn't supposed to be sticking around long. it was kind of strange bringing her in and creating a faux obstacle for Thomas and Sally, because looking at what's happening with Thomas and Sally, there's no way he was going to drop her. I don't think for anybody that's actually watching what's happening with them. But she's supposed to be in and out pretty quickly.
They should have brought her in a little sooner.
Yeah, and kept her for a while, and they wrote her out, and then she said she wasn't coming back, and then she says, "Oh, whoops, I am coming back, but only for a few episodes." So that's spoilers straight from Lindsay, unless they got her there and changed their mind all of a sudden, then that's that. So it seems very strange. And the Avants are gone for now, so
they'll be back.
Yeah. They are great actors, and anytime they can find something to bring them back for, then I'm like, yay, this is great. Because they do have such talented people on call for that family. It's pretty much amazing.
It is pretty much.
It's very good. It's very good. The one thing over on Y&R that I'm wondering about casting-wise is Laura Allen, because supposedly she was put on contract, and I wish Michael was on here to confirm that, but she was brought in initially, and then there was talk that she was put on contract, and now she's pregnant, supposedly, with Kane's baby, but, Genoa City Memorial's track record with paternity test is about like any soap opera's hospital with paternity test. But now it's looking like she might stick around. Something about her father?
Juliet's father coming on. I don't know if you saw.
There's been some. I haven't seen a specific thing about that. There's been some speculation about who her dad might be. The actress, her ethnicity is really interesting. She is a Chinese grandmother and a white grandmother, and she has competed in some like I think Miss Hong Kong or something. And then some people were saying that the Japanese businessman might be her dad, and I really hope they're not going there, because that's culturally inaccurate since that's not her heritage. But we'll see.
But we don't know. Were you talking Juliet's heritage or?
Well, the actress.
The actress's heritage.
Yeah, the actress's heritage. She, I had actually looked at an interview with her the other day, and she's she has a Chinese grandmother and a white grandmother, and so she's third generation Chinese, and actually competed in I think, like I said, I think it was Miss Hong Kong. So she's interesting, and I did hear that they had moved her to contract, and if she's going to be having an Ashby baby, contract status makes sense.
Yeah.
And I had actually written the other day about some of the coupling stuff that seems to be happening over there that looks like there's explosions coming, I think.
Oh, good. Hopefully some good
stuff. Yeah, oh, definitely.
So,
definitely think so.
So, I had some soap opera news that was sent to me. He is a former soap opera actor. We at Take Two Radio all want to send our prayers to Eddie Alderson on his new round of chemo, and that it's hopefully successful and a speedy recovery.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, and now, before we end, I'd like would you like to make an announcement about what you have coming up tomorrow?
Oh, is it on at 10? Is that what time we're doing it?
10 Eastern, I believe, yes.
10 Eastern. I was not
right?
prepared. Yes, we are launching. There's going to be on Take Two, a new Big Brother podcast, and it starts tomorrow night, which tomorrow night is a pivotal night because it's eviction night in the Big Brother house, and everybody knows that Cody's head is, 90% in the guillotine, and it seems like he's going to be gone. So we're going to be on immediately after the the live eviction ceremony to dissect. And this is really, really exciting. I am pulling up the official description of the podcast, unless you have it ready to go.
No, I don't.
You don't? I'm pulling it up as fast as I can. I wanted.
I don't have it with me I don't have the link, but.
Oh, here we go. Big Brother after show is what I'm seeing. If I'm looking at I think that's the one. And so this is new, and it is. No, wait, that's not the right one. Let me go to my Twitter. I don't want to promote the wrong thing.
Okay.
Yeah, this is new, and it's very exciting. Starting tomorrow, and we've got some great people that know all about Big Brother. And I'm almost there. I promise I am. I'm scrolling through my news feed as fast as I can.
Says you premiere 10 o'clock tomorrow night, but you're moving.
Here we go. Yeah, it is the Take Two Radio Big Brother 19 recap show. Is the official name of the show. And Brandon and Renee are going to be on with me, and we are going to dissect all the stuff that's happening on BB19, which, for those that have been watching, this is a crazy, crazy season, and there's lots to talk about because the house is busy trying to hand victory to Paul right out of the gate, and looks like Cody's going to be dead tomorrow, and we're going to dissect all of that. Ordinarily, the show is going to be Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, but this week it's the first show, and it's going to be on Thursday, and it's going to be immediately following the live eviction. And that is at blogtalkradio.com.
Right. So I'd like to wish you luck with that. And
thank you.
I'll tune in and listen.
And for anyone who's listening who's also okay.
Is it a call-in?
And for anyone who's listening who's also, it is a call-in. I was about to give the call-in number for anyone listening who's also a Big Brother fan. And I have found there's a lot of soap fans overlapping with Big Brother fans because Big Brother is a live reality show soap opera is what it is. You can call in if you want to comment, vent, all that. You can call 718-506-1540 to talk to me, Belynda, or Brandon, or Renee. And you can check out my soap postings. Check me out on Twitter at BelyndaGT. That's BELYNDA. It's Belynda with a Y, BelyndaGT. And you can see my soap postings and my Big Brother thoughts and all that good stuff.
Well, that sounds good. So until then, and I'll be talking to you.
Yes.
Let's say good night to everybody.
Good night, everybody, and happy soap watching. And I need to give my PSA. Please don't watch soaps on an illegal feed. Please don't watch a link on Facebook. Please. Sign up for cable, watch it off your antenna, but don't watch an illegal feed. Don't share an illegal feed. That hurts the soaps, that hurts the ratings, and that's going to kill our soaps if people keep watching the illegal feed. So watch it legally.
Okay. Watch it legally. That's good advice. Thank you, everyone, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
Thank you,
and good night.
Belynda. Thank you, Mike.
Thanks. Bye, David.
Good night.
Get connected with Take Two Radio on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio. For email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit take2radio.com.